Hello and welcome back to the top 100 maps of all time with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you are very welcome. Today at number 34 on the list as voted by you, we've got a creator who was one of the big names way back in the day. Without names such as this creator, we wouldn't have the big names that we have today, because this is the sort of creator that was pushing the boundaries whilst others were still climbing out of their diapers, metaphorically speaking, of course. This particular map is a very strong map. Again, it will feel a little bit dated because we are going back to 2019 here, but it's still a very strong map, and the ratings are, well, it compares across eras, if you know what I mean. Anyway, today at number 34 with a 91.5% approval rating, the last of the 91.5s, it's Gaia by ZOSO. This is a river map, in case you couldn't work it out for yourself. It requires 15 items off of the workshop, which isn't actually as many of the maps that we see elsewhere. So yeah, it's not a heavy list. No DLC is required either. We are using network extensions today. We've also got Laviente 1.41 as the theme, and the Relight Neutral LUT. Of course, when I say network extensions, I mean network extensions too, but I figured you already worked that one out. It was uploaded to the workshop in July of 2019. It currently has 1,101 subscribers, 161 of which have marked it as a favourite. Has a 4-star rating on Steam from 73 voters, and I reviewed this back in episode 681 of What's Map, where I gave it 4 stars for aesthetics, 5 for detail, and 5 for gameplay potential. Okay, so start square, I'm pretty certain has to be here. Let me just double check. Yep, there we go. So we're heading towards the middle of the map. I don't think it makes an awful lot of difference whether we come in from this end or from this end. We have got some national roads which cut in and through the map, which we will look at separately, I think, like down this way as well. But I think oh, let's start up this way. It doesn't make much of a difference either way, I feel. And so down to ground level. There we go. So yeah, network extensions to 2-lane highways. Very nice things that they are as well. Always been a big fan. Always been a big fan of network extensions too. So yes, I mean, just little things. Let's start off with the space between the two highways. No glitching between the two roads. This is probably the maximum distance you can have between the highways before you start getting that glitching between the two highways. Again, most people won't care because you can run along with something like Surface Painter, or these days we now have the intersection marking tool, which allows you to do all sorts of wonderful bits and bobs. But back in 2019, none of that. You had to use your skills, and I would say we've got definitely one of the top most skillful map makers of the time right here today. A little game lag there. I'm getting sick of these game lags. Also, I'm getting a bit fed up with the prop draw distance at the moment. If anybody's got any tips on prop draw distance with the current mod setups, never had any problems, but now we've switched over to the likes of I've now got prop control, and there is a visibility distance option in there, and I've tweaked everything up to maximum. Everything is up to maximum, and I'm still getting a bit of pop in with as you'll see. We'll have a look at some rocks a bit later on, and it's still not great. You can actually see the draw distance on the roads here isn't particularly great either. I know we can do better, but I think I'm going to need a little bit of advice from some of you who are playing about with the settings with mods way more than I am, and I would gladly pick your brains on that one. But yes, the draw distance isn't the best. Now here we go, custom bridge time. Back in the days when we used custom bridges and not vanilla assets to make a custom bridge. Teddy Radko, we're looking at you, my friend. But yes, that's custom bridge 1 and then custom bridge 2. And again, at the time, seeing bridges like this in the map done to a high standard was a real rarity. ZOSO was light years ahead of a lot of the community with bridges like this. So all credit to them. Again, it was their work like this which has led to greater maps that we have today. So yeah, you may not be spellbound by the map that we're looking at right now, but remember, got 91.5%. Yeah, you just know how strong it was of its time. It's a beauty. And we've got plenty of things to look at as well. Again, little wishbone, little swirly wishbone. That's a very pretty one. It's like a little bow, isn't it? Or a little the moustache of the is it the Pringles? The Pringles guy, possibly. Anyway, was it? It is the Pringles guy with the moustache, isn't it? I think I'm getting. It's been a long day. I'm very tired. But I've got to stay awake for another couple of hours. I have an internet date to record Cities Skylines 2 o'clock at what will be silly o'clock in the morning for me. If I put my head down now to have a little sleep now, I will not be awake for that. So when you watch Cities Skylines 2 o'clock on Saturday, if I sound really tired, it's because I was actually really tired. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Aren't we supposed to have a start square? I think this might be the start square down here. There we are. A nice little trumpet. Very, almost like a musical note trumpet to me, that one. Really tightly done. You see the old pop in with the trees here. It's, I know that's down to proximity to the camera, but it's a bit disconcerting. It's not the map. I haven't figured out how to get the prop settings just right yet. Anyway, this brings us down to the start square where we've got a nice big roundabout, a good view of the river, big boats running down the river as well. That's a pretty smart roundabout for its time. Again, I know a few of you are going to be saying, oh, we've got much better roundabouts now. Well, we have now. We've got the benefit of another 4 years behind us, you know. Then we've got another little custom bridge going on there. And again, just a little bit of light detailing around the foot of the bridge. Remember, I gave this 5 stars for detail, and I only ever do that if there's no wiggle room. So this stood out as being spectacular. Again, compared to all the other maps of the time, this was just way out and above. In fact, just look at that intersection there. We've got the way that it's spread out over such a large distance. It's a little bit different. Really glad to see something a bit different every now and then. See so many things that are so similar to each other that seeing just a different intersection is always a good thing. Down here, we've got was it a wet quarry and a sand quarry, possibly, or is it just an artificial beach? I mean, I could see that being a little a little feature where you go down and wet your feet. Definitely a thing. Always, kids, stay away from quarries. It's dangerous playing in quarries. People drown. People drown a lot in quarries, so just don't do it. Don't go near quarries, children, or grown-ups as well. You're all children to me, okay? Children of the channel. This was a very nice thing as well. Okay, again, we've got the pop in with the rocks. But if you have a little look at this area here, look at how they've made it. That this was wet and it's evaporated. It hasn't. This is just in resource painting. Very clever. Very clever. Again, light years ahead of anybody else at the time. So really good to see. Have I got anything else that we haven't seen in terms of... I think there was a castle. Ooh, it's a castle down here. There we go. We have... Yeah, there'll be a bit of popping with the rocks on here as well. So I've got the settings set right up the top level. In fact, let me very briefly show you my prop anarchy. Not prop anarchy. Prop control. Where are we? Prop control. There we go. Prop visibility. I had everything tweaked to the top. Doesn't make much of that. I'm not even sure what would be the best setting for that. I'll stick that one in the middle. But yes, everything's at maximum, and yet you look at, there you go. That's how the rocks there are popping out at that point, which is a bit sad, really. But anyway, perfect little round castle. Not too much to say about it by today's standards, but by the time standards, that stands out as being an excellent castle. And yeah, we've got a little oh yes, this river network coming up here with all the little waterfalls. Got a triple waterfall going on here. You've got little rapids leading down to them. This is a lovely little thing. Really glad to see it. Just quality work. And a couple of lakes down there just to bring the whole thing in together. There's another couple of little rivers over here as well. We've got this intersection here with a tunnel which will cut through to the tunnel on the other side there. So yeah, there's plenty going on. Plenty of buildable space in the middle of the map. Interesting shape. All the good standards. It's what maps used to be like before we got clever and posh and decided we needed to have all the bells and whistles and benefiting from all the latest mods as well. But ZOSO did an incredible job here. This is Gaia by ZOSO at number 34 with 91.5% approval rating, your 34th best map of all time. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. And a big shout out to all the BonBon buddies on Patreon and YouTube membership. You guys really are the very, very best. And I love you all very, very much. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.